So a lot of people wonder, well, why is K through 12 being attacked? Why are people going after K through 12? Interesting thing here, on the black market, a student record, a single student record can fetch up to $265. You look at a school, you look at a district, you look at how many children are there, you look at the administrators and all the data there, and somebody gets in and takes that data, oh my gosh, it scales quite well, okay, for the cyber criminals. So it's important to make sure that we take a look at this and we secure what we're doing out there. Another interesting tidbit is so far this year, here in 2020, we've seen 49 ransomware hits in schools or school districts across the United States. 49. You might think, oh, 49, that's not bad, but oh my gosh, we're talking about millions and millions of dollars here. So, Holly, have you heard of anything lately on the ransomware attacks that are happening out there and who's being targeted, even more so specifically?
It's happening everywhere. I mean, it's not just here in the United States, it's a global problem, and no one's safe. And I mean, you see anywhere from a small school district to a large one to a private school, no one's safe, Lauren, and it's really scary how this has become the new market for going after and attacking the schools. I mean, we have enough problems with some of the challenges the teachers are having in teaching in the remote environment with secured networks and someone hacking into a class that's taking place. But now, to think about that on top of all these other problems, schools now have to deal with ransomware. So it's very, very important to protect the network.
Yeah, another interesting fact that 42% of the schools have students or staff that actually circumvent cybersecurity measures or protections to help them, but they work around them for whatever reason that may be.
That's another important point, is that educating your faculty, staff, and even helping parents and the students really understand the importance of really securing and when you click on that URL, as it was mentioned earlier. I think sometimes no one thinks about the ransomware, or they think it'll never happen to me, or they think, but now, as y'all talked about all those different types of things like the capture client, the SMA, all of these different things that are very important to cloud app security. Oh my gosh, that's one that I think a lot of times people forget about that. Very important. Everyone needs to be educated.
Well, it's interesting to note too that schools are the #2 target for ransomware attacks across the U.S. So they're top on the list, and they're up there for a reason. And I think it has a little bit to do with the data they're locking up and that $265 a piece for student records. That's crazy in the black market. Sonny, question for you. Mm-hmm. Do I still need captured client if I install the SMA VPN agent?
We definitely recommend it, right? That is another layer of protection. SMA can enforce to make sure that the device stays compliant with the school policies. But if you want total protection, definitely you need a capture client.
Now, Sonny, with SMA, and am I able to grant different levels of access to, let's say, administrators, to students, to teachers, depending on who, what, where, and when?
Oh yeah, and it's very granular. It's very granular. You can stretch it any way you want it, pretty much.
It's a big thing, and the remote learning initiative across the United States is huge. And to know that there's literally millions of students that don't have connectivity is just absolutely concerning. And SonicWall has a solution to help bridge that gap. I think with that, we're going to wrap it up and say thank you to all. Holly, I can't tell you how much I appreciate, once again, you supporting and helping with another webcast on education and what we do here at SonicWall. And Sonny, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us about what SonicWall has to offer as far as remote learning and remote education, ways to support education.